Hey everyone, my name's Miranda. I'm based in Colorado. Anyone here in Colorado today? As Brian mentioned, I lead our product marketing for Breeze here at HubSpot, and my whole focus here is, on how our agents and assistants actually get adopted in the real world and what helps people trust them, what slows them down, and how we can make AI genuinely useful on the day-to-day. That last part is really what I want to dig into today because a lot of teams are using AI right now and not seeing the results that they're expecting, right? And I think I know why, and I want to show you what we're doing about it. Before I talk to you about, what we've built, I want to start with like what's broken, right? I'm not talking about HubSpot here. I'm talking about AI tools in general, right? Most teams are already using some form of AI, and the results have been pretty underwhelming across the board for some. TLDR, in marketing, there was that promise, right, of personalized campaigns at scale. What people actually were getting was that generic I think we call it AI slop, right? It sounds like everyone else's. And the same with sales, right? We said personalized outreach at scale. And then when you think about what sales reps are actually getting, it's like some kind of, AI jargon, like I notice your company does fill in the blank company things, right? And then in service, it's that 24/7 support that's supposed to feel human, but in practice, it's more like that like bot flowchart type feel. And it's the same function, right? Or same story in every function. And the reason is honestly the same thing. That being that AI is missing the one thing that your best people have always brought to their work, right? And that is context, not just data, context. Context is the judgment, the pattern recognition, that institutional memory that like makes work actually good, right? Without it, AI is pulling from that one size fits all wisdom of the internet. It doesn't know your customers. It doesn't understand your business or what actually drives results for companies like yours. And that's why the output looks impressive, but then the outcomes disappoint, right? More content, more emails, more research, but pipeline isn't what we were hoping for, right? The bigger pipeline, conversions, and tickets aren't being resolved faster. So what does context actually mean? Think about it in three ways. So first, it's like that brand and audience understanding, right? Knowing which segment to reach with the right product at the right time. Second is pattern recognition. So knowing which prospects to prioritize because you've won similar ones before. And then the third is that institutional memory, knowing that another customer flagged the same issue last week, or that deals like this one always stall at this specific stage. That's what your best people carry around in their head every day, right? And it builds up over time. And most AI tools have no way of being able to access any of that. Think about, your best sales rep for a second here. They don't treat every prospect the same, right? They know which industries close fastest. They understand and know which objections are probably going to come up at which part of the stage, right? And which customers are worth, a call versus an email, right? Those are things that we just know. And right now, when they open up a generic AI tool, none of that transfers, right? They have to start explaining their business all the way from scratch every single time. Here's the challenge though. That context is buried in people's heads, it's scattered across different systems, and it's embedded in how your team actually works. Most AI tools can't find or use that. So every time you fire up an AI tool, you're starting from scratch. I used to do this a ton. You open up a bunch of tabs, you paste in your brand guidelines, you reconfigure your workflows, you reteach the tool how your business works. You end up being that bridge between every disconnected system, and then your team ends up spending more time feeding AI than actually letting it work for them. And that's honestly exactly backwards from what AI was supposed to do, right? And that ultimately leaves your team doing that copy paste dance or copy paste Olympics, almost between these different systems and tabs, manually moving context from one place to another. That's not AI working for you, that's literally you working for AI. And that's the problem that HubSpot built Breeze to solve. So Breeze is HubSpot's AI. It's not something that we bought or that we bolted on. We actually spent like the last 3-4 years now rebuilding our entire platform. So AI is native to everything that your team does. So it's one platform, one data model, one code base, right? And Breeze works in two ways. We've got AI that works with you. So those are things like Breeze Assistant, for example. It helps with daily tasks, surfaces insights and recommendations grounded in your real HubSpot data. And then we also have AI that works for you. Those are our Breeze agents. Think of these as like your AI teammates that will take on entire workflows so that your team can actually focus on the work that actually matters. And just to double click on that real quick, here's what that looks like in practice, right? So again, we've got Breeze Assistant, which gives your team instant answers powered by your real customer context, not that generic internet advice. And it's come a long way. You should check it out. And then we have our AI features, which are embedded across every hub, right? And those are those AI features that are helping teams to build awareness, grow pipeline, close deals, and support customers right where they already work. And then on the agent side, we have quite a few, but I would say that the three big ones are Customer Agent, which helps to handle routine questions so that your team stays focused on like the conversations that actually need a human. So it really, helps to resolve those monotonous questions. Then we have Prospecting Agent, which will help and finds buying signals and drafts outreach before reps even start their day. Amazing. And then we have Data Agent, which helps keep your CRM clean by capturing insights that your team would otherwise miss. Each one has a very specific job, and each one gets better the more your team uses HubSpot, because the data underneath it is going to keep growing, right? So what ties all of that together? Great question. Every single one of these tools is informed by your complete customer data, right? That means marketing campaigns that are built around, what actually converts in your business, not someone else's benchmarks, right? That means sales prioritization based on your specific deal patterns. That means support responses based on that customer's complete history with you. The result is, better outcomes for your business and better experiences for your customers. That's the difference that context really makes, right? And a really simple way to think about it is like if you ask Breeze Assistant to help you prep for a call with a prospect, it already knows the prospect's history with your company, any deals that are open, and what your team has said about them. It's perfect, right? That takes meeting prep, which could take, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, depending on where it's at, to just a couple of minutes. That's huge. You don't have to explain any of that. It just knows. That's what unified context actually feels like in practice. And it comes down to this, right? The customer data plus insights plus business context, again, all in one place. That combination equals something that no point solution or cobbled together tech stack can really replicate. Most AI tools see just like a slice of your data. They can't connect the dots across the different teams. When your AI is working across a handful of different disconnected tools, it's just never going to get the full picture. HubSpot brings all of that together in one place, and that combination is the foundation. It's not a feature. It's why Breeze works when other tools just fall short. Any company can plug into an LLM. That part is easy, but I'll say that, what they really can't replicate is 25 years of customer relationships, insights from over 250,000 plus businesses, and a platform that was built from the ground up for this. That's really what's different, I'd say, about, AI that's bolted on to an existing product. I want to show you what this looks like when it's working. These numbers are from the 2025 ROI report. So real customers, real outcomes. On results, 86% of sales leaders say that lead quality has improved. 72% of service leaders see increased customer lifetime value. 84% report increased company revenue. And that's not AI doing busy work, right? That's AI driving the metrics that really matter. On speed, in just 6 months, customers see a 3x increase in inbound leads, 94% more deals closed, and 57% faster ticket resolution. 6 months. That's pretty cool. On productivity, Breeze users save approximately almost 2.5 hours every week. Customer agent tickets close time by 39%, and AI workflows cut time to close deals by 65%. That's time your team gets back to focus on the work that really only humans can do. Breeze is ready for you all right now. You don't need a big transformation project to get started. If you're wondering where to begin, the Breeze use case library that we just kind of soft launched recently, you'll see a bigger splash later, but we just soft launched it. Walks you through a few use cases across marketing, sales, and service. It's organized by where your team is today. My suggestion is that you find your biggest pain point, map it to a Breeze feature, and go from there. We also just launched a brand new Breeze Assistant prompt library. Have a look at those use cases that it supports and try it out in Breeze Assistant today. And if you're more of like a learn by watching type of person, that's me. Check out the How to HubSpot video series. Kyle actually dropped a set of videos over the last 4 weeks on a few, really cool features that'll show you exactly how you get the most out of Breeze day to day. Good news is the context is already in HubSpot. Breeze just puts it to work. And to kind of help you all out a little bit, I have the links here as well. So I will plop them in the chat, but I'll also just share you here real quick. So this is our Breeze use case library. Have a look. We've got our prompt library, and then here's where Kyle's dropped quite a few updates here on some really cool features. Check it out when you all have a minute. Thank you all so much for your time. I appreciate it.